I played on 10 different sites over 5 days, with bonuses, without bonuses, with verification and without. And I realized one thing: winning doesn't always mean getting paid. One site gave me a 500x win and paid out in 15 minutes. Another gave a bonus, but never let me withdraw at all. A third one just vanished after I requested a payout. Want to know where you can actually play and which sites to stay away from? The video covers everything I can say here. What I can't say is on my Telegram. Links in the description. One day, I decided to run an experiment. No hype, no goal to get rich or hit some epic win. Just a straightforward test. 10 different platforms in 5 days. Different licenses, different interfaces, different bonuses. The goal is to figure out where you can actually play, and where they smile at you nicely until it's time to withdraw your money. It wasn't easy. I was mentally spent, like eating at 10 random diners and trying to figure out which one won't poison your stomach. But the experience turned out to be valuable. And today, I'll share what I learned after those 5 days, and maybe where you can play too, if you don't want to end up arguing with support and sending selfies with your passport next to a palm tree. Day 1. I picked 3 sites, one very popular, one mid-tier, and one I'd never even heard of. The first site is a classic. Huge, licensed, lots of perks. I deposited £100, got a bonus, spun a few slots. Got a bit lucky. One slot hit 200 times my bet, another almost 400 times. My balance grew to £390. I hit withdraw, and that's when the fun started. Verification, documents, processing up to 72 hours. Please wait and all that. Classic. Did they pay? Yes, 2.5 days later. But if I were a beginner, I'd have lost it. The second platform is low-key. Design looked like it was from 2012. But the bonus was simple, clear, no tricks. I put in £50 and 15 minutes later, I was already in profit. One slot hit a 300x bonus. Requested withdrawal. And to my surprise, the money landed within 40 minutes. No questions asked. Didn't even have to open the chat. The third site is total no-name. Looked good on the surface. Slick design with all the bells and whistles. But the bonuses are super sketchy. Something like, we give you a 200% bonus, but only on your third deposit, after verification, and if the moon aligns with Venus. The slot gave a couple of small wins, but when I tried to cash out, denied. You can't withdraw until you play through the bonus. The thing is, I never even activated the bonus. I contacted support. They replied 4 hours later. By the time I got a response, I was done with it. Took whatever was left and walked away. Day 2. 2 more platforms. I'd used both before, but decided to give them a fresh test, as if I were a brand new user. First one, respected European brand. No bonuses, but instant withdrawals. I tried it. It went smoothly. Played a bit, hit a £180 win, withdrew via Skrill. Money landed in 15 minutes, no ID checks. But I played it safe. No bet jumping, no limits broken. Second one, looked promising, flashy banners and all that. But the experience was awful. Slots lagged, buttons froze, game list loaded like a snail. Everything was annoying. Lost £50 just out of frustration. Had £10 left. Tried to withdraw it, but the request froze. Took 2 days to get that tenner. Day 3. Decided to tackle the most important thing, playing with bonuses, to see which ones are actually beatable. Out of 4 platforms, only one gave a no-strings-attached bonus, cashback. The rest promised gifts but buried them in ridiculous conditions. One gave a 100% bonus but capped bets at £1. Another gave a bonus but wouldn't let me withdraw anything until I deposited more. On one of the platforms, I turned £50 into £220, but couldn't touch it until I wagered 35 times the deposit plus bonus. That's nearly £4,000 in turnover. Absolute nonsense. You got to be very careful with bonuses. If you don't read the fine print, it's on you. Day 4. Started to burn out. I was literally dreaming about slot machines, but I had 3 more platforms left. Made a rule: log in, play for 30 minutes, then leave, no matter the outcome. One site was solid, fresh license, fair bonus, stable performance. No big wins, but no losses either. Second one gave me a bonus round worth 150 times my bet and let me cash out without ID check, though only because the sum was under £300. The third one is a mess. Support was silent, the interface falling apart, games crashing mid-spin, hard pass. Day 5. Saved one site I hadn't tested in a while, had a good experience with it before, deposited £100, hit a 500x win. Balance hit nearly £600, requested a withdrawal, waited a day, then another. Finally got the money on the 3rd day. No documents needed, but still way too slow. So what did I learn in these 5 days? First, cash out matters more than big wins. You could land 1,000x hit, but if it takes 4 days and make you prove you're not a robot, it kills the vibe. Second, not all bonuses are worth it. They lure you in with shiny numbers, but often just get in the way. Sometimes it's easier to just skip the bonus and withdraw without any additional conditions. Third, sites can get glitchy sometimes. One day, everything runs smooth. Next day, total lag fest. It's not always a scam. Sometimes support is just off having lunch in Madagascar. That's why it's smart to have a few trusted sites and not cling to one brand. Here's another takeaway. Not all fancy-looking sites are honest. Sometimes that basic, old-school platform is the real deal, not the flashy template that looks good until you win and can't cash out. I'm not posting the full list of 10 sites here, or saying which ones paid and which didn't, because YouTube doesn't like this topic and blocks links. But I've posted the full breakdown on my Telegram channel, where you'll see who actually paid, what kind of bonuses are worth it, where I had a good time, and where I'll never go again. Links in the description below. No fluff, just honest experience. If you want a real inside look, jump in. Thanks for watching. Gamble smart, and let the big win be just the start, not the only good moment.